No fluffing stuff from UFC Paris. We ain't got time for that, except we did go 9 for 13, missing on fat-ass Tybura, glass chin Gustafsson, and old-timing man Tavares. Now we go to the Alamo City where fighting nerd Gene Silva looks to keep his winning streak alive against title contender Diego Lopes and leapfrog the featherweight division to the number 2 spot. The enduring warhorse Rob Font will defend his number 9 rank against UFC rookie David Martinez. Jared Flash Gordon will try to make it 2 in a row when he locks horns against gifted Rafa Garcia. Tatiana Suarez aims to rebound from her loss to Weili Zhang with a win against Amanda Lemos. Zach Reese will be looking to lock up Cedricus Dumas in the doghouse. Santiago Luna makes his UFC debut against China's Quang Li. Alexander Hernandez does a quick turnaround to face the 40-year-old Diego Ferreira. Claudio Puelles and Joaquin Silva return to the octagon from an over-the-year-long layoff. And Rodrigo Sezinando faces off against Daniil Donchenko for a UFC contract. It's UFC Noche in puro pinche San Antonio on Fight IQ with Vaughn. Kicking off the card, we have tough finalist Rodrigo Cezinando versus Daniil Donchenko. Cezinando had a hard fight against Jeff Crichton to earn his spot in the UFC in the tough finals via a split decision, while Donchenko finished his semifinal in stunning fashion, opening up a gash the size of the San Antonio River on Matt Dixon. Donchenko is the favorite at minus 218 with a win probability of 68.6%. The win probability calculator has Donchenko as the slight favorite at minus 114 with a true win probability of 53.2%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Donchenko to win 65% of the time, 45% via KO. This is a classic grappler versus striker fight. Cezinando looked one-dimensional against Crichton, holding on far longer than I thought refs would allow post-Khamzat. Donchenko's a wild man who throws a lot of volume. Neither fighter has ever been finished. Crichton was able to land 62% of his strikes against Cezinando, and Donchenko is a much bigger knockout threat than Crichton, who's primarily a grappler. Cezinando may have success controlling Donchenko round 1, but Donchenko has real knockout power, and it only takes one to put Cezinando's lights out. My pick is Daniil Donchenko via KO. Next, we have UFC newcomer Alice Pereira versus Mexico's Montserrat Rendon. Rendon is coming off a loss and is tasked with welcoming the 5'10" undefeated Alice Pereira to the octagon. Pereira is the favorite at minus 148 with a win probability of 59.7%. The win probability calculator has Pereira as the huge favorite at minus 454 with a true win probability of 81.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Pereira to win 85% of the time, 40% via KO or decision. Pereira is like the female version of Johnny Walker. She loves going in with the flying knee, and she usually dominates her opponents because of her Amazonian size. Rendon is usually the size bully in this division, but she's going to be giving up a 3-inch reach advantage to Pereira. And Rendon is nothing more than a point fighter. She has 0 finishes in her professional MMA career, and she's not about to start Saturday night, especially after a long layoff. Pereira can get reckless, but she'll dominate the pace and dictate the terms of this fight. If she were just more active in top control, she might be able to finish Rendon, but this is a big step up in competition, and Rendon is durable. My pick is Alice Pereira via decision. Next, we have Alessandro Costa versus another UFC newcomer, Aldin Coria. Costa is coming off a long layoff due to a knee injury and plans to do double duty as he plans to be in Diego's corner for the main event. Coria is a LFA alumni making a short notice leap into the UFC. Costa is a huge favorite at minus 455 with a win probability of 82%. The win probability calculator has Costa as a more modest favorite at minus 161 with a true win probability of 61.6%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Costa to win 70% of the time, 30% via decision. Coria likes to stand and bang, but he does absorb punches. Costa has been out due to surgery and rehab, and I wonder if he's going to be 100%, but he stated he would not have signed the contract if he were not. Costa is stoked to be back on this card with his homie Diego Lopes, and he's looking to shut Coria's light out round 1. The fans may be having Coria's back, but making a UFC debut in San Antonio is going to be a lot for the Texan, especially coming off short notice. These are the two attributes which are typically automatic decision makers for me. He still has a full-time job as a machinist, and I'm not sure if he's had enough time to train for the hungry Costa. My pick is Alessandro Costa via decision. Next up, we have a fight fans are looking forward to watch between Zachary Reese and Cedriquez always broke again Dumas. This fight was supposed to happen in January, but Dumas pulled out days before the fight. Zach Reese will be looking to build momentum by sending Dumas to the dog pound. Reese is the favorite at -238 with a win probability of 70.4%. The win probability calculator has Reese as the favorite at -279 with a true win probability of 73.6%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Reese to win 75% of the time, 25% via KO, decision, or submission. Dumas recently revealed he's broke with only $13.96 to his name. While this admission's created fodder for the Twitterverse, it shed light on the dire situation in which he is in. He has no money to pay for training partners, no money to pay for coaches, no money to get a proper diet, to pay for a cut man, to get a corner. These are all signs of the wheels just falling off. And the reasons for his financial woes stem from his own legal trouble, so no one has sympathy for him. A win Saturday night would be a massive increase to his bank account, but just showing up and making weight pays the bills too. But Reese is not having any of it. After losing to Azamat Bekaev, he went back right out and right at the ship with a win over Dusko Todorovic. This will be his third fight in 2025, and this is a very winnable fight for Zach Reese. My pick is Zach Reese via KO. Next, we have the geologist Luis Gurule versus Jesus Aguilar. Gurule was undefeated until he came to the UFC, losing to Odi Osborne by KO. Aguilar is coming off a hard-fought decision loss to Rafael Estevam. These are the two shortest fighters on the card, and it reminds me of midget wrestling back in the WWF days. Gurule is the favorite at -218 with a win probability of 68.6%. The win probability calculator has Aguilar as the favorite at -154 with a true win probability of 60.6%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Aguilar to win 65% of the time, 45% via submission. Gurule has struggled, winning his Contender Series via split decision, then getting knocked out by Odi Osborne, which is surprising because Osborne only has a 38% KO rate. Aguilar's the more experienced UFC fighter, and he has fought better caliber opponents. The San Antonio crowd will be behind Aguilar as he takes advantage of Gurule's poor takedown defense and saps Gurule's cardio. My pick is Aguilar by submission. Next up, we have a real interesting, exciting fight between the number 2 Tatiana Suarez versus the number 4 Amanda Lemos. Suarez was handed her first loss against UFC champ Weili Zhang after getting picked apart for 5 rounds. But to her credit, she sustained a nasty gash to her knee and she fought through it. Lemos is coming off a win over Yasmin Lucindo. Suarez is the big favorite at -440 with a win probability of 81.5%. The win probability calculator has Suarez as the favorite at -440 with a true win probability of 73.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Suarez to win 90% of the time, 45% via decision. Had Suarez never sustained that cut to her knee, she might have been champ today. The fact that she fought through it through 5 rounds and took Weili Zhang to a decision speaks volumes to her heart, her pain tolerance, and her skill. Suarez is a wrestler with a relentless takedown game, and she's going to be looking to drown Lemos in deep waters, exposing Lemos' 59% takedown defense. Lemos is going to try to throw some submissions to get back up, but her path to victory is really via KO within the first round. And if she can't secure that, her chances drop dramatically as she loses gas defending takedown after takedown, trying to get away from Tatiana's ground and pound. My pick is Tatiana Suarez via decision. Next, we have Joaquin Silva versus Claudio Puelles. Both of these fighters have been out of the octagon for over a year, and this is a coin flip fight. But the simulator is pretty certain that this fight does not go the distance. Silva opened as the favorite, but the odds flipped in Puelles' favor, and he is now the favorite at -115 with a win probability of 53.5%. The win probability calculator has Puelles as the favorite at -137 with a true win probability of 57.8%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Puelles to win 60% of the time, 35% via submission. Silva does have a 30% chance to win via KO. This fight's just really going to come down to cardio management. After such a long layoff, I think Silva's timing is going to be off and his power is going to diminish as the rounds go on and as Puelles starts taking control of the fight. Silva is a BJJ black belt and he hasn't been submitted since 2015, and Puelles isn't much of a knockout artist. He's more of a technical fighter with a high fight IQ, and I expect that to be on display in San Antonio. My pick is Puelles via decision. Up next, we have Dusko Todorovic versus Jose Medina. Medina has yet to log a win in the UFC, and it's a head scratcher as to why he's in the organization in the first place. Matchmakers haven't been kind to him either, feeding him to Reese and Atiba Gauthier. Todorovic is also in bad shape, desperately needing a win after losing 5 of his last 7. He is the favorite at -310 with a win probability of 75.6%. The win probability calculator has Todorovic as the favorite at -277 with a true win probability of 73.5%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Todorovic to win 80% of the time, 60% via KO. This fight's going to be a huge boost to Todorovic's confidence and to his career, and I think this fight is critical for both fighters as the loser could be cut Monday morning. This is another fight that shouldn't go to the judges as both fighters have a 90% finish rate. My pick is Todorovic via KO. Next up, we have UFC newcomer Santiago Luna versus Quang Le. The undefeated prospect had finished all his fights, and he'll be looking to extend his undefeated streak against the tough Quang Le. Luna is the favorite at -135 with a win probability of 57.4%. The win probability calculator has Luna as the big favorite at -332 with a true win probability of 76.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Le to win 75% of the time, 55% via decision. Luna's a wrestling machine and his takedowns are slick and crisp. He has a 67% submission rate, but Le has never been submitted, and he has a 100% takedown defense. But if the takedowns aren't working, Luna can fall back on his hands, landing 6 strikes per minute. Le is low volume and focuses on his wrestling, which could put him right into position to get submitted by Luna if he loses focus even for a minute. The simulator is singularly relying on the fact that Luna is debuting, but I have to disagree with the simulator here. Le was knocked out by Long Jiao, and he could face the same fate against Luna. Luckily for Le, Luna only has a 33% KO rate, doing most of his work in the submission department, and Le has never been submitted, as I stated before. My pick is Luna via decision. Next up, we have Alexander Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira. Hernandez is making a 28-day turnaround to fight Ferreira after knocking out Chase Hooper in a fight in which he was arguably losing. The 40-year-old Ferreira is coming off a tough loss to Grant Dawson, and he needs this one to stay relevant in the UFC. Hernandez is the favorite at -135 with a win probability of 57.4%. The win probability calculator has Ferreira as the favorite at -103 with a true win probability of just 50.8%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Ferreira to win 55% of the time, 35% via decision. Talk about a fight of which I have no confidence in. Hernandez's quick turnarounds means 2 weight cuts in less than 30 days. The same holds true for Ferreira, who was supposed to fight on the same card, but he was in process of cutting weight and didn't actually go all the way through with his weight cut. Hernandez managed to sneak a last-second punch on Chase Hooper in a questionable stoppage, and he looked labored and a bit tired at the end of round 1, and he was outlanded 19-8. The only thing holding Ferreira back is Father Time. He's been inside the octagon with some of the best fighters, and he was scheduled to face Bobby Green before Green pulled out. I don't think Ferreira is going to make the same mistake that Hooper did. My pick is Ferreira via decision. Next up, we have Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus is coming off a loss to Nursultan Ruziboev, but I think Stoltzfus made it a close fight, securing more takedowns than Ruziboev and managing his ridiculous size. Gastelum and Joe Pyfer also went to a decision, and it was Pyfer's first decision win in the UFC, a testament to Gastelum's durability. Gastelum is the favorite at -265 with a win probability of 72.6%. The win probability calculator has Gastelum as a favorite at -148 with a true win probability of 59.6%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Gastelum to win 60% of the time, 40% via decision. If Stoltzfus is going to win this fight, he's going to need to take advantage of Gastelum's 58% takedown defense. But Stoltzfus is sloppy with his takedown attempts, so it's going to take a lot of effort for him to get Gastelum down, which is going to wear on his gas tank. And what makes Gastelum so hard to keep down is his wrestling pedigree as a 5A Division II title holder. He's a pace pusher and a cardio dumper, and Stoltzfus will be wondering what he'll need to do to put this guy away. My pick is Gastelum via decision. Up next, we have Jared Flash Gordon versus Rafa Garcia. Gordon, like Hernandez, was losing his fight against Thiago Moises until he caught Moises as Moises was coming in. Garcia took the 42-year-old Vince Pichel to a decision, which is not a good look for him, considering that he should have knocked him out. Gordon is the favorite at -238 with a win probability of 70.4%. The win probability calculator has Garcia as the favorite at -122 with a true win probability of just 55%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Garcia to win 70% of the time, 50% via decision. Gordon's durability at 49.5% is a liability, and his cardio is no longer what it used to be. At 37, he's not getting any younger. Gordon throws a lot of volume early, but he's suffering from a 2-inch reach advantage and will have to string combinations along to get inside. Gordon does have good boxing fundamentals, and he does have a solid wrestling base, but this fight could come down to optics. And if Gordon's cardio is not up to par, he'll start fading after round 1. My pick is Rafa Garcia via decision. Next up, we have the co-main event between number 9 Rob Font versus UFC rookie David Martinez. Rob Font at 38 years old is reaching the end of his MMA career, but he strung along 2 wins against Kyler Phillips and Gene Matsumoto, 2 very tough opponents. Martinez made his UFC debut against Simon Oliveira, who was on a 2-fight losing streak before fighting Martinez. Font is the favorite at -142 with a win probability of 58.7%. The win probability calculator has Font as the favorite at -115 with a true win probability of 53.5%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Font to win 70% of the time, 50% via decision. If this fight goes to distance, Martinez may not win this decision. It's a colossal step up in competition, and the only factor that's making this fight close is Font's age. He is the more experienced fighter, and he is the more experienced UFC fighter, and that's always a force multiplier. The 4 fighters that Font has lost to in the last 4 years are Davison Figueiredo, Corey Sandhagen, Marlon Chito Vera, and Jose Aldo. If David Martinez knocks Rob Font out, he will have achieved a feat that no one else has been able to achieve. But my pick is Rob Font via decision. Last but not least, we have the main event between number 2 Diego Lopes and the number 10 fighting nerd Gene Silva. And this is a certified banger. I thought for sure the UFC was going to make the Lopes versus Yair fight for the UFC NOCHE card. They're ranked number 2 and number 3 respectively, and the storyline wrote itself during the UFC 314 presser. Lopes is coming off a loss against the champ Alexander Volkanovski after going on a 5-fight win streak. Silva has been undefeated since 2018, and he's compiled 3 fight of the night bonuses and 1 KO of the year. Silva is the favorite at -260 with a win probability of 72.2%. The win probability calculator has Silva as the favorite at -226 with a true win probability of 69.3%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Silva to win 60% of the time, 30% via KO. Diego Lopes does have a path to victory via submission at 30%. This is going to be a great main event fight. Both fighters are extremely marketable, and it's a great opportunity for Silva to leapfrog the competition to land to the number 2 spot right behind Movsar Evloev. Lopes is a calculated assassin while Silva is an emotional hitman. Silva will need to bottle up those emotions for a potential 5-round fight. His cardio will need to be on point and his submission defense top notch. But we've seen what he could do, submission specialists. Silva is faster, stronger, more accurate, and more defensively sound. The fighter metrics are lopsided, and Lopes is a hittable fighter. Lopes also prefers to stand and bang rather than use his strength in BJJ. This could spell trouble for him, as Silva possesses a 75% KO rate, and Lopes' chin is suspect. Cardio could become a factor for Silva if this goes to the championship rounds, as Silva has never been to deep waters. But Silva is a complete package, and the ninja choke against Mitchell was just nasty. Lopes has a chance to win if he executes the proper game plan. Look how St. Denis put on a masterclass performance against Mauricio Ruffi. But Lopes' propensity to stand and bang will be his downfall, and Silva connects with a devastating blow as the fight progresses. I'm sticking with the fighting nerds, but my gut is also telling me that if Silva loses, it could spell the end for the fighting nerds' dominance in MMA. My pick is Gene Silva via KO. If you enjoy this content and you want to see more, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching and good luck this weekend. We out!